Hey guys, Primm here, bringing you day 4 of our 10-day boot camp, getting you ready to do some big things for you and your family in the year 2013. Our success in this business is a direct result of the relationships that we're able to develop. Face it guys, our business is people, and to build a big business, you'll have to get face-to-face, belly-to-belly with individuals and build your empire. The saying, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, couldn't be truer. We should try to look our best at all times in situations where we'll be representing our business, which brings us to the topic for the day, how to dress for success. So that we can be thorough, we'll address the men today and follow up tomorrow with the women. Now, I said yesterday that this wouldn't be what you expected. Well, let's see. When we say dress for success, I imagine that you would expect me to give some guidelines on what to wear, what not to wear, and how to wear it, and so on. Well, that's part of it. After all, in the words of Charles French, we believe that a well-dressed man is a confident man, and a confident man is more productive. But how do we define success? Now, I believe that it means different things in different demographics. For instance, when I would say I'm dressed for success, okay, I believe that I'm dressed for success. But if I were meeting a gentleman who was, let's say, 22 years old, they would look at me and say that I dressed corporate, okay? And of course, as we know from millennials, they hate everything even remotely associated with corporations. This would hinder my ability to connect with that individual. And that doesn't mean that something's wrong with him. That's what most people would say. But in fact, I'm just not dressed for success in that particular instance. So before we get started, here's a couple of ground rules that we want to keep in mind. Number 1, people come with heavy baggage and prejudices. How you dress is your choice and a privilege you're afforded being a citizen in these United States. But understand this, the more extreme you are in the way that you dress will automatically eliminate any possibility you have to connect with a segment of your audience. If your presentation is outside of what is acceptable in that demographic, you're done. Which brings us to number 2. You must know your audience. Who is your target customer and what's normal in that environment? Your objective should be to reflect the highest level of distinction for the demographic that you're trying to attract. Okay, having said that, the men's suit, regardless of demographic, is without question the most universal and steadfastly appropriate item in a gentleman's wardrobe. There are many occasions where a man in a quality suit will be out of place, particularly if the individual has a firm grip on who he is and where he's going. Here I use the term swagger, okay? One thing I want to establish is that you don't have to spend a lot of money to look good. A person in an expensive suit that doesn't fit right doesn't look as good as a person who has a less expensive suit that is tailored properly. Let's establish some guidelines to remember when choosing our wear. Number 1, stick to 2 or 3 button jackets. Dual vents are in right now. The 3-button look will allow you to look taller. Don't wear suits with more than 3 buttons in a business setting. Number 2, the length of your sleeve is just as important as the length of your pants leg. You should see a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of sleeve when your arms are at your side. If at all possible, have a tailor convert the buttons on your sleeve to be functional and keep the bottom button unbuttoned at all times. In the right environment, this is priceless. Number 3, stay away from strange colored shirts. Stripes and placard shirts are okay, they're acceptable, and anytime you can wear French cuffs, wear them. Cufflinks are back in. Something with a flash of sterling silver will really make you shine. Number 4, wear straight collar shirts over those that button. This adds a more formal feel and gives you rank. Number 5, your pants leg should hit the top of the heel of your shoes. Also, the front crease of your pants should never be dead straight. It should break at about the middle of your shin. If it doesn't break, the pants don't actually fit. Number 6, your tie should speak to power. Stay away from real fly patterns. Stick to geometrically balanced patterns and allow it to move your belt buckle, not overlapping. Number 7, There's no better way to give you that man of power look than by adding a monogram to your dress shirt. This is a small detail that will make you look like $1,000,000. The best place to put your monogram is on the sleeve of the arm that you wear your watch. Number 8, there's nothing that speaks to power louder than a nice pair of shoes and a nice timepiece. Now, when I say nice, I don't mean expensive. I mean something that's not trendy. Something timeless to be worn on the hand opposite of what your strength is. Oh, and lose the earrings. Number 9, last but not least, wearing a handkerchief in the breast pocket of your jacket will give you that final edge of power accompanied by an unmatchable air of sensitivity. You're now not just a man, you're a gentleman. Okay, that's our lesson for today. Tune in tomorrow when we'll get into part 2 of our How to Dress for Success podcast. We will discuss the female. That's going to be fun. Okay? Make sure that you're registered for the Paradigm Shift Leadership Master Course training class. It's free to the public, but seating is limited. It's to be held at the beautiful AKRON Hilton Hotel in Akron, Fairlawn, Tuesday, December 4th, 2012. Registration begins at 6:15 and the training starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Reserve your seat by taking your cell phone out right now and texting your first and last name to 330-701-2435. Again, you want to text your first and last name to 330-701-2435. You will receive a confirmation message and you are in. There it is. I hope this was of great value to you, and we will see you tomorrow for day 5. Take care.